Frigg is announced as the next character that will be added into Tower Fantasy on the 1st of September. In this video, I'll be explaining to you why you should absolutely get her. Firstly, it is important to note that the world is filled with horny. As you scroll through all the playable characters, you realize that most of them are females. Not just any females, we're talking Vogue, OnlyFans, and Victoria's Secret kind of female. So when a character like Frigg is designed, you know the artist's neurons are all activated whilst drawing her, and you bet your horny neurons will be doing a crap rave in your brain. As a waifu for a lonely, single, sad man like me, Frigg is the perfect character for me to use and stare from the bottom up with. Basically, if you're a guy, you're probably gonna love her aesthetics. 10 out of 10 waifu, take my money. Second reason, her everything. She's one of the first ever characters to have a frost resonance in global server. This means one thing, Meryl fanboys will now have a new queen. And trust me, the amount of Meryl stats cooked made of world boss fight is astounding. It's like they just have an underground cave somewhere to constantly make Meryls. Frost resonance give 15% more frost attack and boost frost resistance by 25 if you have 2 or more frost weapons. Now, I have never played in CN, but I did some digging, so unlike a cheeseburger, you can't stack resonance, meaning you usually just need one resonance character in a team. That makes Frigg quite literally the best option for a frost resonance character at the moment. However, another frost resonance character named Sakifua would eventually come out that also has frost resonance and is also pretty good. Now, if you don't know, Nemesis's resonance actually got nerfed from the global server, so we get the weaker 15% and 25 on global. In China, they actually get 20% and 40. So there is a chance that Sakifua could have a stronger resonance than Frigg. But for right now, Frigg is a really good frost resonance character. If you get Frigg, you will open up the chance of making a frosty move a favorite senpai vibe Meryl and mommy vibe Frigg. The horny skill is balanced. Add Coco Ritter into the mix and you'll probably have one of the funnest and aggressive teams in PvP. Before you give her a wedding ring, let's understand her more. Her normal attacks are, well, pretty normal. Her aerial attacks are, well, pretty aerial. Her basic charged attack launches the enemy into the air. Her aerial charged attack turns her into a tornado. And honestly for Frigg, those are all not too important. The most important attack you'll have to spam is the dodge attack. They call it the multi-slash. I call it the Virgil. It just looks like a generic cool as hell barrage of slashes that does not require the sword to be pulled out and only ends if you fully sheath your sword, and it also does a great amount of damage. You are supposed to spam her dodge attack because, believe it or not, Frigg can dodge infinitely. Her skill, Fimbulwinter, does damage, suspend, and launches the enemy, you know, all the good stuff. You also get damage immunity while using the skill. You're immune to damage, but note that you can still be controlled. You just don't take any damage. Fimbulwinter also creates a frost domain, which is an area that allows you to dodge infinitely as long as you're using Frigg's weapon in the domain. Now that is cracked. Abusing that, you can do infinite Virgin slashes while potentially evading a lot of your enemy's attack. This will probably burst down your enemy in a flash considering she also has decent shatter stats. Her skill is also only 30-second cooldown while the frost domain is up for 25 seconds, so you can effectively have infinite dodges most of the time. Sounds broken, but that is only if your enemy stays in the frost domain with you like a dumbass or a politician. Same thing. Nonetheless, if you force your enemy in close quarters, you'll dominate. Man, I want to be dominated by Mommy Frigg. Finally, her discharge skill, which essentially does big damage. Unfortunately, she doesn't get damage immunity in this, and it takes quite a bit of time for her to perform. This means it can be evaded by your opponent if they see it coming, or they might just burst you down with, say, Meryl during your time posing for the cold dimension slash. But if you pull it off, it hurts. With the meta being as stale as eating McDonald's fries after putting it in the fridge, Frigg will bring some aggressiveness to global PvP, in my opinion. She has the potential to burst down characters quickly if played correctly, which can be very helpful versus stall healers. So if you like to play a bit more aggressively like a Chad instead of chilling with a redo of healer shit, you get Frigg. In terms of PvE, she should be decent as she can deal big damage while doing decently at shattering shields. A perfect mommy. If that doesn't convince you, it does help that she looks actually so hot. I can't stress it enough. I need a female's touch, I'm not gonna lie. This is sad. Let's also talk about her dupes. You should see a bunch of 6-star nemesis at the top of your leaderboard right now, and you might wonder, what about Frigg? TLDR, don't do it. Unless you're a Nigerian prince that can give anyone an extra $1 million, then all I have to do is give you my bank account details. Unless you're someone like that, otherwise you don't have to giga whale for a 6-star Frigg. Main reason being, you can get Frigg from normal banner eventually as well, so no reason to go all in right now. Looking at her advancements, however, it all basically gives her a lot more damage except for the second one. And I would personally suggest to get her to either 1-star, 3-star, or all the way to 6-star. Now here's my reason. It's actually an interesting take. If you're so poor that you can only get 1-star, Just stop at 1 star. If you just got your paycheck and you got to 3 star, don't waste your paycheck any more than that. And if you're so rich that you can get more than 3 star at any time, just go all the way, man. You're fucking rich anyway. So yeah, for any free-to-play players out there, I definitely don't suggest going for, you know, 6 star or even 3 star. If you can get 1 star, if you're lucky, go ahead and get 1 star. It's a bit more damage, but yeah, just don't stop at 2 star. You know what I mean? It only gives you HP. It feels bad. If you get 2 star, you might as well go 3 star. So 0 star is probably already good enough. You get 1 star, it's a bit more damage, but hey, you can survive. You can be alive at 0 stars, no problem. Next up, in terms of our matrix, it is essentially only good for frost characters and in a frost team as well. You get way more damage in Frigg if you have the full set and run a frost team. But you can also run the free-to-play Sobek set just to get more damage in. So personally, I wouldn't go too crazy on the matrices unless, again, if you're a Nigerian prince that doesn't scam and actually gives millions away on a whim. So final verdict for any, you know, free-to-play players out there, I do think you should try your hands on Frigg, but only if you got Nemesis. If you don't have Nemesis, try your best to absolutely still get Nemesis. It's a really good character. For Frigg, I've heard from, you know, CN players that she is actually, you know, she's not gonna be like the top meta character in the future. So if you can't do much about it, try and just get Nemesis and, you know, just leave Frigg. Just leave Frigg. You can basically randomly get her from Black Nucleus eventually. So yeah. Now if you're a dolphin or a goldfish or whatever sea creature, do get Frigg. And again, try and get Nemesis first. I mean, if you're a dolphin, you probably have Nemesis. So I figure good. You should go try and get Frigg. It's a really fun character to use, and in the end, that's all that matters, if you have fun or not. So if you really want to have fun with a Virgin Slash, I personally would love that, to just slash the shit out of someone without even unsheathing my sword. That would be so sick. And for the whales out there, well, you can do whatever the fuck you want now, can't you? If you're a whale and you're watching this, well, I mean, you are probably gonna get her anyway, so I'm not sure why you're watching it. But if you are watching it, hey, good luck. I hope you don't, you know, well too much. That's the same for anyone else. So yeah, for whoever is trying to get Frigg, I wish you the best of luck. I do think she'll be pretty decent and she'll be really fun for sure. And yeah, that is all today. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the shit you see here. And yeah,